Hi everyone, this is Jason Burak of Wall Street for Main Street, and this is your video blog for Wednesday, July 7th, 2010. Some of you who have watched my previous video blogs from the last week or so have noticed that I was talking about the Coeur d'Alene and China story, about China going directly to Coeur and buying the gold basically directly from them and not even buying it from the smelter or on the open market or anything. I've thought about this a lot more and done some further analysis and looked into this further, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you all. I'm of the opinion now that China is really not looking to go into the open market and go and buy physical gold. So if you are one of those gold bugs or silver bugs who thinks that you are going to get astronomical gains just from buying physical gold and silver, and you don't trust the stock market and you don't trust mining companies and stuff, I think you're dead wrong. I also think you're not diversified in the precious metals. I don't think you have a diversified precious metals portfolio. China is investors, the China National Investment Corporation, China Sovereign Wealth Fund, they're investors just like us. You need to start thinking more like that, outside the box. What they are doing and what they have decided is, over the last couple years, they have slowly been adjusting their philosophy about adding gold. They know they need gold, okay? That's not disputable. What I am saying that most people in the gold and silver investing community are not. A lot of people who are saying don't buy the mining stocks. Well, first of all, you wouldn't even have the opportunity to buy physical gold and silver bullion if it weren't for the producers who are doing all the hard work pulling the metal actually out of the ground. So you need to support the miners. If you don't support the miners, I don't think you really understand what's going on in the whole picture. So the miners are definitely a group of people, a group of businesses that you need to support. Okay, because if they're not doing all the hard work and continually pulling out more gold and silver, we can't buy it at these prices. Okay, we're not going to get the undervalued bargains that we think we're getting. So, I'm not saying just to buy mining stocks either, only mining stocks either, but I think China has switched its philosophy from just buying physical gold and silver in the open market. I think they realize now that they're basically just bidding against themselves. So what China is going to be doing now is basically, in the last couple years, China has not let much of the gold from China, like in terms of the gold miners in China, leave the country. So China is buying up with their large, massive reserve holdings of dollars and euros and other stuff, and treasuries. They are using those to convert and buy up the production and increase the production of these mining companies locally in China. So a lot of that gold that these Chinese mining companies, and China is now the world's #1 gold producer. They surpassed South Africa, I believe, earlier in the year. Or it was last year, I don't remember. But China is now the #1 gold producer in the world. And they're not really letting any of that production leave the border. The Chinese government, the Chinese central bank, wants to hold the gold, and they're also selling it to the Chinese citizens and running those commercials on our state-run television to buy gold and silver. That's a good investment. Anyways, though, I think China will be expanding in this philosophy further. The Coeur d'Alene deal, in my humble opinion, that they just did in the last 2 weeks, is the first of many. I expect to see over the next 2 to 3 years dozens of deals like that. So a company that is struggling, like a NovaGold, that is struggling to raise cash, because a company, for example, NovaGold, they have 20 million ounces of gold, but they need to raise another couple $1 billion to have the infrastructure necessary, because the gold's up in this remote mine up in Alaska. China will be funding a company like NovaGold, symbol NG. That would just be one example. There are obviously many others. So China will be looking for, because they think that it is smarter to not bid against themselves in the open market and go and buy gold in the open market on the COMEX and other places, and on the London Bullion Exchange, London Metals Exchange, and the other places. So I fully expect China to continue these Coeur d'Alene type of deals in mid-tier gold producers and other stuff, mid and small-tier gold producers. I expect them to continue that way. So for the technical traders who don't do their fundamental research and don't look at these individual companies that much, you're going to miss out. For the people that are value investors and scan this stuff, you have the opportunity to make exponential bargains here, because these companies are going to get the cash way ahead of time. They're going to get cash and funding that they might have normally not gotten in the market before. China is going to be funding these companies. And I also think the Coeur d'Alene deal really is just for the gold right now, but I also expect besides those type of deals, I also expect China to start buying in actual equity ownership and buying shares up in actual companies. Because no one's going to object if China comes in and buys 5% or 10% of this little gold miner or this little silver miner that has a big gold project and so and so. So I expect those type of deals to be commonplace going forward. So if you're a gold or silver bug and you just have precious metals in your portfolio, not only are you overexposing yourself, in my humble opinion, to confiscation risk, you need to diversify your portfolio further. That's what I'm of the opinion of, that you need to move into mining stocks as well, because I think those gains might be more consistent now, because even at these prices, these gold and silver prices, a lot of those mining companies that have production are profitable. You look at Hecla Mining and a New Gold and some of those other mid-tier producers in the gold and silver things, and those guys are really profitable at these metals prices. So I think everyone needs to go in there, if you really want those gains that you were expecting from the physical metal, I think you need to re-examine, because what's happening in China is very, very fluid. China has adjusted their philosophy, and you need to adjust your philosophy to China's philosophy, because they basically back the gold market. And they have decided that the gold stocks are more undervalued. The better way to amass a larger gold holdings is through either owning shares of these gold mining companies, which I expect over the future, owning shares of equity, and also making those type of deals with Core where they come in and provide immediate cash flow. So I think this is a very win-win scenario for the gold and silver miners who have those type of gold projects that China would be interested in. And I would scan those websites that specialize in the mining stocks and the mining stock news. There's a lot of them out there: Commodities Reporter, Kitco, GoldSeek, SilverSeek, just to name a few. There's a lot more than that. The Daily Gold, my friends at the Daily Gold are very good at that stuff. But I think I would scan those, because I think one of the safer plays now, based on China's philosophy and the adjustments that they have made as investors to this market, is that they don't want to bid against themselves in the open market. They don't want the technical traders coming in on strength on the gold and bidding up the price too high. So China is going to be doing more of those CDE type of deals. I expect, like I said, a couple dozen more fall in the next couple years. And I also expect China to start buying large equity interests. When I hear about them, I will post them on the Wall Street for Main Street fan page. I'll try and post the news article stories, or if you find them ahead of me, I would appreciate if you post them on the Wall Street for Main Street Facebook fan page, or send me an email on my blog, or link me to them on YouTube. So everyone have a great week. The market seemed to be up today. Gold really didn't do much, but like I said, I think the miners are going to be the way to go in the future, based on the adjustments that China has made in China with the gold mining companies, and now in North America. Okay, bye everyone.